Impressions from Doha, Qatar. Hamad International Airport. How is the airport? How are the flights with Qatar Airways? How are the transfers here at this international airport in Doha, Qatar? Here you see some impressions and experiences what you can expect at this airport. These views are from several years ago, not that long ago, when the last time I traveled to Bangkok with a transit at Doha. Memories of Qatar, kicking. Okay, we arrived at Doha. We've been in Doha before. Memories of Hamad International Airport in Doha, Qatar. These first scenes are from March 2021. It was at the end of the COVID period. That's why we're wearing the face masks. Now the face masks are not mandatory anymore. See our impression. Yes, we've been to Doha before. Now we're gonna look for some food. First, I'm smiling now, yes? Yes, that behind me is the food court. We've been there before. A couple of years ago, 2 years ago. Yes. We're looking for something else. We're looking for some fancy restaurants. Over there, Le Grand Confiture. I cannot pronounce it. Bistro bar. Yes, that's what we are. That's what we mean. Smiling. I'm smiling. Yes, that won't be cheap. I think 95 local currencies. I think it must be, oh, maybe 20 euros, 25. We'll see. Don't care. Yes, I know it's not cheap. It's 36 euros. But that's okay. We're only doing this once a year. Doha, Qatar. Now we're going for the connection flight to Bangkok. See you later. See you later. So the Worldcup Soccer in Qatar, that was the reason to make videos like this. Yes, we made a video remembering our visit in Qatar. You can see the video on the channel. It was quite popular. And that's the reason why we're still thinking about Qatar. Also because the Dutch team here now is playing against Qatar at the third game they play. We've seen the first game. The second game we see in the pub, in the bar, in the cherry bar. We did watch the game in the bar. You can see it in another video. Yes, those videos about the football, about watching football, they are quite popular on the channel. So we continue with it, remembering how it was in Qatar. We fly to Qatar several times. We twice did a transit of 20 hours. But normally it will take 1.5 hours for a transit at Qatar. See what's the airport in Doha, how it is, what it's like in Doha. Enjoy! Yes, that wasn't cheap, but the cheap food in China was not cheap. Oh, it wasn't on the board, but E23. Oh, that cannot be so far. What the f... So this is Hamad International Airport, Doha, Qatar in March 2021. My first possibility to travel back to Bangkok, and it's the end of the Corona period. We see still wearing a face mask and half of the seats are taken. But nowadays all those restrictions, they are lifted and everybody can travel to Doha, travel to Qatar. Remembering Qatar, remembering how it was to fly with Qatar Airways. Was it good or bad? You can see it all in this video. See the link in the upper corner. want to see Doha. Okay, during Ramadan they serve the beer in the cup, but they serve the beer when you ask it. Because watching some movie you need to have some beer. Qatar Airways, good service. Yes, I ordered blend meal. I'm not sure what blend meal is, but it tastes good. I can recommend the blend meal. Yes, landed in Doha. We have a transfer. The time is a little short. We will see how that goes.
Qatar Airways going to places together. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you and good morning. It's Amsterdam day 3. So we came here by bus. And then it was not very clear, but only the transit passengers were going out. Almost all the passengers are transit passengers. There is only 1 hour between now and the boarding time. It's now 6. At 7 is boarding time. Memories of Qatar, memories of Hamad Airport in Doha, Qatar. Triggered by the football game, the Qatar playing against the Dutch football team in Qatar, Doha, Qatar. Okay, ready for 6 hours.
Only remove your mask when you're eating.
I'm smiling.
The face mask must also be removed when the boarding aircraft until you reach your final destination. For your safety.
Another flight with Qatar Airways from Amsterdam to Doha, Qatar for a transfer to Bangkok. The second time in 1 year. This is November 2021. It's not that long ago, but yes, at the end of the COVID period we're still wearing face masks and the plane is only half full of people. The plane is less of half full of people because the backside of the plane was completely empty. Still the service of Qatar Airlines was good. The service of the staff, the stewardesses and the stewards, yes, they are always nice and helpful in the flights and they give you everything you want. If you ask a beer, you get a beer, different with other airplanes. So I can recommend Qatar Airways. Now it will be busier in their planes and the flight rates will be higher. Can we call this traveling after a pandemic? We're still wearing face masks. Looking Fast and Furious 9. Too fast. Yes, that's the planned meal. Yes. I do recommend the blend meal. Qatar Airways. Hamad International Airport, Doha, Qatar. It's a modern airport. It's just built and it's very luxury because yes, the Qatari people, they have a lot of money coming from the ground, the oil and the gas industry. It financed this. It's heavily supported by the government. You can see it. Qatar Airways must be subsidized as well. Because that's why they can be as cheap as they are. Well, everything is luxury, everything is new, and it's rather big. Sometimes we arrive by bus at the transfer gate, sometimes we are at the real gate. Now we have to walk quite some steps. We have to walk quite some steps to the center of the airport. When we are at the center of the airport, we can choose wherever we want to go. Because yes, we are all in a transfer. It's a transfer airport. Most people, they don't go to Qatar. They travel around the world, like the sign it says. It's a gateway. It's a gateway through the world. And here, it's 6 hours from Amsterdam, and it's also 6 hours to Bangkok. The main advantage of flying with Qatar Airways for me always was the direct flight from Doha to Chiang Mai. There are other airplanes, air companies, China Airlines, China Southern, China Eastern, they have flights to Chiang Mai Airport, then you don't have to go to Bangkok. And the same is for Qatar Airways. You don't have to do your transit at Bangkok if you do your transit at Doha. Okay, now at Hamad Airport. Yes, and then you have to remind behind the gold shop. Here's the gold shop. And over there is Le Grand. We're going to Le Grand because we do like behind the gold shop. Over there. Just had to ask sometimes. Le Grand Comptoir. We do like the Grand Comptoir because they have great food and good coffee. Follow us. Oh, it's much more busy than before. We've been here before, but it's more busy now. Come with us. When it's busy like this, no, we don't recommend the bar bistro, the Grand Computer, because it's too busy for the staff. They have too little staff here at November 2021. I don't know if they improved it in time. They need to double the staff or maybe triple the staff. There are only a few people working, and that's too little if the place is full like this, and it's the only place in the whole airport where they sell alcohol. We see in the other food courts, there are other food courts, you can buy your food, and we didn't go to that food court this time. Here we are at Le Grand Comptoir, complaining about the service because it wasn't what we used to see. You saw it in the first part of the video. We had some great beer and some great shrimps, but this time no, it wasn't that good. Yeah, behind the gold shop, the bar bistro where they do serve alcohol. Okay, it are airport prices, but the airport prices are everywhere, on every airport. Although the difference is when we go to China, when we go to Shanghai, Chengdu, wherever we go, we can even drink beer at the gate. Here there is only one place to drink beer, and because at the time we were alcoholic. Yeah. Here we're looking at the board for the connecting flight. Which flight do we have to take going from Amsterdam to Bangkok? Yeah, we have a stopover, a transfer at Doha. Now we have to change flight. We cannot find a flight. It must be here somewhere. We have limited time. We have only 1.5 hours between flights, so we did have some beer. It took us too long. And now we're heading for the gate. We're heading for the gate, and it's quite a long walk. It's number 23. So yeah, that's not around the corner. Hamad Airport is rather big. Here they have some advertisement for some cheap toys. Hamad International Airport is rather big, and it's not always clear where to go to. You can choose your car, you can choose your motorcycle, or duty free. Yeah, duty free. It's rather big, it's not always clear where to go to, and the distances are quite far. But here we say goodbye to the teddy bear. We do say goodbye to the teddy bear, and we are heading for the gate. Quite a long distance to walk, passing all the nice duty-free shops. Many choice in luxury articles. We don't come here for the luxury articles. You can buy your luxury articles everywhere. But we're going for the flight. It's November 2021. It's a little more than a year ago, at the end of the pandemic. Yes, they call it pandemic. And you see the seats, they are half the seats are taken because of the pandemic, and people are still walking with face masks. Now in 2022 it all will be changed. The restrictions will be lifted. But the airport will be the same. And you see, in 2021 it was already busy. While you couldn't sit everywhere you wanted. It was busy. There were a lot of people taking a transfer because it's a transfer airport. There are not that people. There are people going to Qatar. Of course, there are people going to Qatar, but it's a transit airport where many people go to other flights. That's how they advertise themselves, as a hub, an international hub going around the world. And that's what we can do in Hamad, because it's 6 hours from Amsterdam, but it's also 6 hours from Bangkok. It's quite a central place. You can go everywhere from here. And Qatar Airways, they offer the tickets rather cheap. Yeah, that's why we choose them. That's why I choose them, because they were the cheapest. And they give good service. They are much cheaper than, for example, the Royal Dutch KLM. The Royal Dutch KLM is one of the more expensive airlines, and the service at the KLM is not that well. Service at Qatar Airways is always very good. They give the choice in different meals, and I choose the different meals. I choose the blend meal. I used to choose the fish meal, because then you are extra special. They ask you, did you order blend meal? Yes, Mr. Verdel. Yes, I ordered blend meal. Ah, yeah, I see. And then, can I have a beer? Yes, of course, here you have a beer. Then they come with your food earlier than the other people. You don't have to wait. They come with your food first. Ah, do you have another beer? Oh yes, of course, mister, we have another beer. Then the other people get their meal, and she's passing by again with some beer. Yeah, as an alcoholic, I used to be an alcoholic. It was always rather nice at Qatar Airways. Here we're going back. We are at the gate. We're going back into the plane. We're heading to Bangkok. It was the last time. The last time I traveled with Qatar Airways, it was not a return flight. It was a single flight to Bangkok. And I'm planning not to go flying again, because yes, the planning is to stay. In Chiang Mai. We're not leaving anymore, not without a very good reason. So here, this was our impression of Qatar, Doha Airport, Hamad International Airport, and our flights with Qatar Airways. Yeah, but the only thing is, the reason for this video is the memories of Qatar, the memories of Doha, Qatar. Did they score? They did score! Oh, they're playing that well. Oh, they are the best. Yes, we're gonna be world champion, because it's already... yeah! Hoi, 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 hoi. It's me, Jacques, reporting for you here from Chiang Mai.